It was one of those calm Saturday mornings where the neighborhood felt half asleep. I had my coffee in one hand and was plugging my golf cart into the charger in the driveway. Nothing fancy, white paint, tan seats, a little worn from years of use, but it was perfect for short trips to the community park. Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted HOA Karen marching out of her house in her pastel blouse and oversized sunglasses. She froze mid-step when she saw the cart, tilting her head like she'd just caught me red-handed. Karen didn't waste time with pleasantries. "Karen, where did you get that?" "Me. This. It's mine. Had it for years." "Karen, don't lie. That's one of the brand new golf carts our HOA ordered. You stole it from the community center." I laughed, thinking she was joking. She was not joking. She narrowed her eyes, muttered something about finally catching me, and whipped out her phone. She put the call on speaker, glaring at me. "Garin to dispatcher. Yes, I'm reporting a theft. My neighbor is stealing HOA white golf cart, sitting in his driveway, charging. Yes, right now." I tried to speak, but she cut me off. "Karen, he's getting aggressive. Now please hurry." Aggressive. I was standing there with my coffee. But she was committed to the fantasy. 2 squad cars pulled up about 15 minutes later. Karen ran toward them like she'd been rescued. "Karen, that's him. That's the thief." "Officer, sir, what's going on?" "Me, this is my cart. Bought it years ago. I've got the paperwork inside." The officers checked my receipt, the title, and even an old photo of me with the cart. One of them compared the serial number. It didn't match any of the carts. "Officer, ma'am, this cart belongs to him. There's no crime here." "Karen, well, maybe he painted over the numbers." "Officer, enough. Ma'am, false reports can get you charged." Karen huffed back to her house without another word. A week later, the HOA removed her from the board after my complaint. Now, every time I charge my golf cart, I park it where she can see it from her window. Sometimes, I wave. It was a slow, sunny Saturday morning. The neighborhood was quiet, just the distant hum of a lawnmower somewhere down the street, and the rhythmic chirp of sprinklers. I stepped out of my garage, with my mug of coffee, walked over to my golf cart, and plugged it into the charger. It wasn't some shiny luxury model, just a white body with tan seats. Bought years ago, with a few scratches that told stories of weekend rides to the park. That's when I noticed her. Corinne, our self-appointed queen of the HOA, pastel blouse, tucked perfectly into beige slacks, giant sunglasses that looked like they could block an eclipse, and that permanent pursed lip expression that suggested she was always on the verge of filing a complaint. She stopped mid-step when her gaze landed on my cart. She squinted, tilted her head, and marched straight across the street with the determination of someone who'd just discovered the neighbor's dog, digging up her roses. "Karen, where did you get that?" "Me, the golf cart. Had it for years." "Why, Karen, don't play dumb. That's one of the brand new carts the HOA ordered for the community center. You stole it, didn't you?" I blinked. Surely she was kidding. "Me, no. Bought this in 2019. I can show you the receipt." "Karen, please, you think I was born yesterday? I saw the delivery truck last week. Exact same color, same design. I'm not stupid." She wasn't joking. In fact, her eyes had that gleam, a mix of triumph and fury that only appeared when she thought she'd caught someone breaking her rules. Before I could even finish my coffee, she pulled out her phone. "Karen, don't move. I'm calling the police." I let out a dry laugh. "You're serious, Karen?" "Oh, you'll see how serious I am." She stabbed at her phone screen like she was typing out my sentence. The call connected, and she put it on speaker for maximum drama. "Karen to dispatcher. Yes, I'd like to report a theft. My neighbor is stealing HOA property brand, new white golf cart, charging it in his driveway right now. Yes, stolen from the community center. He's getting aggressive. Aggressive." I was standing there with one hand in my pocket and the other, holding my coffee mug. "Me, ma'am, please stop lying. This is my Karen." "Oh, now he's talking over me. This is getting dangerous." I sighed. There was no reasoning with her. 15 minutes later, 2 police cruisers rolled up, lights flashing. Karen practically sprinted to them, waving like they'd arrived to rescue her from a burning building. "Karen, that's him. That's the thief." The first officer stepped toward me. "Officer 1. Sir, what's going on here?" "Me," she called. "You, because she thinks my golf cart is stolen. It's mine. I've got the title, the purchase receipt, and photos from years ago." The second officer inspected the cart while I went inside and returned with my paperwork. I handed over the title, dated 2019, and an old photo of me and my niece sitting in the cart 3 summers ago, long before Karen even moved in. "Officer 2, the serial number doesn't match the HOA's carts. Everything checks out." Karen's jaw dropped. "Karen, well, maybe he painted it to hide the number." "Officer 1, ma'am, we've verified it's his. There's no crime here. Also, filing false reports can lead to charges. Don't waste emergency resources like this." Karen stood there, fuming. No apology, no admission, she was wrong. Just a sharp pivot on her heel and a stormy march back to her house. A few days later, after I filed a formal complaint with the HOA, word got around. Karen was removed from the board for misuse of authority and creating unnecessary police involvement. Now, every weekend, I make a point to park my golf cart in the driveway while it charges right in full view of her kitchen window. Sometimes, I even give a friendly wave when she passes by. She's never waved back. As Karen stormed back toward her porch after the police left, I noticed a few blinds shifting in nearby houses. The whole street had been watching the show. My next-door neighbor, Tom, casually strolled over with a smirk on his face, holding a mug of tea. Tom: "So, let me guess. Karen thought your cart was stolen." Me: "Bingo. Called 911 on me while I was charging it." Tom: "I thought I saw her recording you from her window earlier this week. She's been obsessed with that cart since the day you washed it." That explained a lot. Karen had probably been building her case for days. Later, that afternoon, Mrs. Alvarez from across the street knocked on my door. She handed me her phone. Mrs. Alvarez. I recorded the whole thing. From the moment she walked over to when the police told her off. You might want this, for the HOA meeting. The video was gold-clear audio of Karen making her wild claims, followed by the officers dismantling her accusations. HOA showdown 3 days later. I attended the HOA board meeting. Karen was already there, sitting at the table with her arms crossed. The president, Mr. Lewis, opened the floor to community concerns. I raised my hand. Yes, I have a concern. One of our board members made a false police report against me, claiming I stole HOA property. I'd like to present video evidence. The clip played on the projector. You could see Karen's face drain of color as her own words echoed through the room. He's getting aggressive. While the video clearly showed me standing calmly, sipping coffee. When it ended, the room was silent. Then Mr. Lewis spoke. Mr. Lewis: "Karen, this behavior is unacceptable. We can't have board members harassing residents and misusing emergency services." A motion to remove her was proposed and voted on unanimously in favor. Karen stood up, muttered something about a witch hunt, and stormed out. Poetic justice. A week later, the community center finally received the actual brand new golf carts. They were a completely different shade, bright metallic blue, with black seats. I parked mine right next to them during a Saturday picnic, just to show the difference. Karen was there, sitting alone under a tree, pretending to scroll on her phone. She glanced up, saw the two carts side by side, and looked away immediately. I didn't need an apology. I already had something better, the satisfaction of knowing that the entire neighborhood had seen her for who she really was. Now, every time I drive past her house in my golf cart, I give the horn a friendly beep. She closes the blinds. It was a slow, sunny Saturday morning. The neighborhood was still waking up, just the hum of a lawnmower somewhere in the distance, and the soft tick-tick-tick of sprinklers across the street. I stepped out of my garage, coffee in hand, and walked over to my golf cart to plug it into the charger. It wasn't new or flashy: white body, tan seats, a few scratches from years of weekend rides to the park. But it was mine, and I kept it clean. That's when I saw her, Karen, our self-appointed queen of the HOA. Pastel blouse tucked into beige slacks, massive sunglasses that could block a solar eclipse, and a scowl sharp enough to cut glass. She froze when her eyes landed on my cart, squinted like a detective in a crime drama, and started marching toward me with the determination of someone about to hand out a citation. "Karen, where did you get that?" Me: "The golf cart. Had it for years." "Why?" "Karen, don't lie. That's one of the brand new carts the HOA ordered for the community center. You stole it, didn't you?" I blinked, thinking she was kidding. She was not kidding. Me: "Nope. Bought this back in 2019. I can show you the receipt." "Karen, please. I saw the delivery truck last week. Same model, same color. You can't fool me." Before I could respond, she pulled out her phone. "Karen, don't move. I'm calling the police." The 911 call she dialed, put the call on speaker, and made sure to talk loud enough for the whole street to hear. Karen to dispatcher: "Yes, I'd like to report a theft in progress. My neighbor is stealing HOA property, brand new white golf cart, charging it in his driveway right now. Yes, right now. And he's getting aggressive. Aggressive." I was standing there sipping coffee. Me: "Ma'am, stop making stuff up. This is my Karen." "Oh, now he's yelling at me. Please, send someone quickly." The police arrived 15 minutes later. 2 squad cars rolled up. Karen bolted toward them like she'd just been rescued. "Karen, that's him. That's the thief." "Officer 1, sir, what's going on?" Me: "She thinks my golf cart is stolen. I've had it for years. I've got the paperwork." I went inside, grabbed the title, purchase receipt, and even an old photo of me with my niece in the cart dated 3 summers ago. The officers compared the serial number. It didn't match any of the HOA's new carts. "Officer 2, everything checks out. This cart is his." Karen's face twisted. "Karen, well, maybe he painted over the number." "Officer 1, ma'am, please. Filing false police reports can get you charged. She stormed back to her house without another word. The neighborhood reacts as the police drove away. I noticed blinds shifting in nearby houses. My next-door neighbor, Tom, strolled over, grinning. Tom: "So, Karen called the cops over your golf cart?" Me: "Yep, whole circus over nothing." Tom: "Figures. She's been eyeing that thing since you washed it last week." Later, Mrs. Alvarez from across the street knocked on my door and handed me her phone. Mrs. Alvarez. I recorded the whole thing, from the moment she walked over to when the officers left. You might want this for the HOA meeting. The footage was perfect. Karen's dramatic claims, my calm responses, and the police proving her wrong. The HOA showdown 3 days later. I showed up at the HOA meeting. Karen was already there, arms crossed, chin high. The president, Mr. Lewis, opened the floor for concerns. I stood up at me. "Yes, I have one. A board member made a false police report against me, accusing me of theft. Here's the evidence." The video played on the projector. Karen's voice echoed through the room. "He's getting aggressive," while the footage clearly showed me sipping coffee. When it ended, silence. Then Mr. Lewis spoke. "Mr. Lewis, Karen, this behavior is unacceptable. The board will vote on your removal immediately." The vote, unanimous. Karen muttered about a witch hunt and stormed out. Poetic justice. A week later, the community center finally got its actual new carts, bright metallic blue with black seats, completely different from mine. At the Saturday picnic, I parked my cart right next to them for everyone to see. Karen was there, sitting under a tree, pretending to scroll on her phone. She glanced up, saw the two carts side by side, and quickly looked away. Now, every weekend, I park my golf cart in full view of her kitchen window while it charges. Sometimes I give a little wave when she walks by. She never waves back.